Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. Right, this is the second round draw for the 15th edition of the Tapology Lucky Bastard Game. Before we get into this video, there is one lady I owe a massive apology to for seriously underestimating her fighting ability and just generally giving her a fair bit of disrespect in the last video, and that is of course the women's MMA goat herself, Jessica Andrade, for beating Mackenzie Dern in her fight last week, which frankly I gave her no chance at all whatsoever. And I thought Mackenzie Dern gonna was just gonna absolutely romp through that one, but no, she's proved me wrong completely. Out of all the predictions I've made, have been wrong, and there's been numerous wrong predictions on here. That was probably the biggest so far. So fair play to Jessica. Thanks as well for getting me through because I got drawn with you last time as well. So yes, sorry for underestimating your abilities. I will never make that mistake with your fights again. I promise you that, Jessica. Okay, now that's out the way. This week is obviously it's a second round draw. There's only 10 of you left in the second round now, and started with 28, so it's nearly nearly 2/3 gone already. But the 10 remaining lucky bastards are Bellatrix, Calfoth, T Collins 44, Cheeseball, Cushy Cake, Schwer Industry, me, Stephen Terry. Thanks again to Jessica Andrade. Trail Allman, Trig, and XCon Chris. So, they're the 10 competing this week, and this week's card, we have Brendan Allen versus Paul Craig, UFC Fight Night. And it's an interesting matchup, but truthfully, I think we've had more competitive UFC Fight Night headliners recently. It's obviously both fighters looking to sort of really establish themselves into the middleweight rankings here, moving a step closer towards the title. Which in this division, you're always, even if you're in the top five, you're still 2 or 3 fights away from a potential title shot. So it's title aspirations long way off for both of them, but a good win here that will get them closer to that goal in the end. As for the fight itself, I reckon that Arnold Allen Arnold Allen, no, Brendan Allen. No, Arnold Allen's the featherweight. No, Brendan Allen. Sorry, is should be. I think he's going to be too much for Paul Craig on the feet. To be honest, he's won his last few fights by submission, I think, and comparing him to Paul Craig, he does have submission wins in his record as well, to be fair to him. But in terms of his results, he's a little bit inconsistent as of late. He won his last fight, but then I think he lost his last 2 before that. Allen's got a much better streak going. I think he's, I think it's going to be just a little bit too much for Paul Craig, and as such, I've got him for third round submission. Brendan Allen, third round submission is my prediction for that one. But as we all know, my predictions, they don't count for shit because they can be proven to be miles off the mark. But anyway, my predictions are not what you're watching this video for. You want to see who's getting drawn with who in the Lucky Bastard game. So let's get on with that. First up, Bellatrix. Bellatrix is being drawn with Euros Medic. It's Euros Medic there for Bellatrix. And this is I've been flipping back and forth a little bit on that but I have sided with Medic for that. I've actually got him by second round knockout, but that is one of those fights that I could see either him or Mike Tybeck, or I'm going to butcher the name here, as usual. Mike Tybeck or Allbraith. It's Allbraith. It's yeah. Like I say, I'm not confident on any prediction for that, but I have sided with Medic for the knockout. So hopefully that works out. Same for Bellatrix as well. Hopefully Medic gets it done one way or another. Sorry. Next up, this is Calfoth. Sorry, I forgot to say that before spinning it. But Calfoth gets Lucy Pudilova. Lucy Pudilova for Calfoth. Pudilova. Yeah, I've got her to win a decision against Olin Paris. So that's again, in theory, another safe pick. Well, no, like I say, it's women's MMA. You never know, but that seems to be more competitive, especially in the sort of the lower rankings of women's MMA. It's certainly more unpredictable, but I reckon she should just fairly straightforward decision win there. C. Collins 44 up next to take on the wheel. And he also gets Euros Medic. Yeah, like I say, a fight I'm not confident in. Not really much to add to that, but does make it a bit interesting though. That now Medic's got both Bellatrix and C. Collins 44 riding on his shoulders. So that's certainly one to watch. Cheeseball up next to take on the wheel. And Cheeseball is going to have Peyton Talbot in his corner for tomorrow night. Peyton Talbot. Let's see. Yeah, I've got him to win the decision against Nick Aguilera. Again, I don't think that's going to be a particularly remarkable fight entertainment-wise, but like I say, it should be an interesting one to watch. Well, no, that's not what I mean, but I mean, it should be intriguing because it's a close one, but it's I should just shut the fuck up. I'm too tired for this, really. But no, it's yeah, no. What I meant to say was it's a close fight, not necessarily the most exciting fight, but Peyton Talbot again should get a fairly straightforward decision win in that one. Cushy Cake up next. Nicholas Motta for Cushy Cake. Nicholas Motta. Got him to win a decision against Trey Ogden. As again, that's just another run-of-the-mill kind of thing. I just think it's overall better fighter than Trey Ogden, but probably one of the ones on the undercard I'm more confident in. So that's something. So yeah, it's anyway, Nicholas Motta there for Cushy Cake. Next up, sorry, excuse me. Next up, Schwer Industry takes on the wheel. And he gets Michael Morales. Michael Morales there in the co-main event against Jake Matthews. And I've got him to win the decision, but Jake Matthews never the sort of fighter you can just easily write off. Certainly seems the more seasoned of the two, but it's well, I have sided with Morales there for my pick, so best of luck to Schwer Industry. Me, Stephen Terry next. Shouldn't really be in this round, but given the disrespect I showed to Andrade, but Andrade did manage to get the win for me, so fair play. But a Charles Johnson, Charles Johnson for me there. It's again, I've not actually picked Johnson in this one, so I wasn't certain in Andrade last week. I'm not certain in Johnson this week. I've got Rafael Estevam to win another decision, but and that's again probably what probably one of the more likely decisions. Might even finish Charles Johnson. To be honest, I've been thinking about that, but Charles Johnson has, even in his previous losses, has proven to be quite tough. So I don't think he would, but yeah, Esteban should be the clear favourite for that one, in my opinion. But anyway, I get another underdog. It's what I deserve, I suppose. Trail Allman up next, take on the wheel. And he gets Jonathan Pierce. Jonathan Pierce for Trail Allman. And I've got him to win a decision against Joe Anderson Brito. Again, nothing special about it, just more experienced fighter, just more technically well-rounded. Just wants, as long as he just doesn't do anything, as long as he just sticks to what he's good at, doesn't make any stupid mistakes, take any stupid risks, that should be a fairly run-of-the-mill win for him. Trig up next to take on the wheel. And Trig is facing me directly with Rafael Esteban. Rafael Esteban there for Trig. And as I've said, I think Esteban's going to win that fight. So as I mentioned, I had him for a decision, maybe a finish, but I think a decision's slightly more likely. But me versus Trig tomorrow night, and I reckon Trig is in the better position to get the better of that head-to-head. And finally, ex-con Chris up next. And he gets the man I consider to be possibly the biggest lock on the card, Christian Leroy Duncan. Christian Leroy Duncan. Again, I'm a bit biased for him because obviously I've seen him on the regional scene on Cage Warriors so many times in the past and always had entertaining fights there. 1-1 in the UFC so far, but he's, I say this is an ideal matchup for him in terms of in terms of early UFC career matchmaking. He's up against Dennis Teal-Liman, and yeah, I think he's just going to be too powerful for him. His intensity is just going to be too much for Dennis to put up with. So I've actually got him by first round knockout, which for me, I don't make first round knockout predictions too often but what I genuinely think is going to happen in this one. Maybe I should probably make those kind of picks more often. But anyway, that concludes our draw. So just quickly run over those names again. Bellatrix with Euros Medic, Calfoth with Lucy Pudilova, C. Collins 44 with Euros Medic as well. So they're both riding on the same fighter there. A Cheeseball with Peyton Talbot, a Cushy Cake with Nicholas Motta, a Schwer Industry with Michael Morales, me with Charles Johnson, Trail Allman with Jonathan Pierce. As mentioned before, I'm facing Trig and Rafael Esteban, and Ex-Con Chris It's Leroy Duncan. So, that's the draw done for another week. Good luck to, as always, good luck to you, guys with your picks, especially if you've got any bets on the card. Good luck with those. And until next week, so long for now.